Little Oilers collection class. Tonight we're going to be talking about why we need and why you need these oils in your home. It's the kids collection, Kid Sense collection of oils. And we're also going to be talking about this cutie behind me. He's the star of the show. We're going to be talking about Feather the Owl as well. I'm going to go ahead and mute everyone from here so you do not pop up on our recording. And then you'll be like, there I am, right there in front of everyone. And I didn't want to be on there. I hear that often. So we're just going to mute everyone. And then when I am not talking, I am also going to mute myself. But if you have any questions and you're in the Zoom, just go ahead and put something in the chat, like your question in there, and we'll get back to you. Jordan Rios and Haley Howland are going to be teaching with us tonight. We are so happy to have them. They're big assets to our teaching every week for anyone and everyone who is wanting to hop on with us and learn. All right, so now I'm going to go ahead and hand the microphone over to Haley. She's going to share with us about why we need these oils in our life.
All right. So I'm so happy you guys are here. So I'm going to be sharing about the problem with what we're putting on our kiddos. This was a really big thing for me. I used to use different kind of essential oils, and they actually caused my son to have a lot of respiratory issues. So I am like very passionate, and I think us mama bears, like we know that something is not good for our kids. We're like, this is not happening. We're not putting that on our kids. So I wanted to share a couple statistics with you guys. Now more than ever, like our kids you're seeing a generation that is sicker than ever. Like I heard that, and then I started to look around, and I'm like, you really do. Like you see so many hospitals, you see so many kids now that are sick, have chronic illnesses. You see kids who have, one of the statistics that I looked up was that childhood cancer is actually the #1 cause of children passing away. And so I just think that, first of all, that is not okay. That's just not okay. And so one of the things, if you go on to American Cancer Society, I think it's like 95% of cancer is actually is directly linked to our environmental toxins. So that's like your indoor air pollutions. That's what we're putting in our body. That's not just like stuff outside. You think about pollution, you're thinking of like, I used to think, it's just like the gas that's in my car that's being run. No, it's like the things like our perfumes. It's like the things that we're putting in our kids' bodies that they cannot handle. We have a little bit better of a way, like our bodies as adults, we can break it down a lot quicker, but we still have problems that, are going on with our bodies, but our kids just can't handle it like we can. And so that looks like weak immune systems. That looks like a lot of allergies. 1 in 10 kids have asthma. 1 in 13. And 1 out of every 13 kids is going to have allergies. 1 in 10 kids is going to have like ADHD or ADD. And if you look at just on the kind of like the ADHD and ADD kind of thing, if you look at what we eat, a lot of that stuff is directly linked to like your red dyes, your yellow dyes, all these sugary processed foods. And we're putting, I think there's a time and place for conventional medicine, but I think we just put so many Band-Aids on things that like there's so many kids now that are on medicine for these things, that if we fix the root problem, our foods and our diets and the things that we're putting in our body, we wouldn't have the things that we're having now. And so another thing is juvenile diabetes is up 23%. So that's pretty crazy. And one of the leading one of the leading causes of death also for kids is heart disease. And so that goes along with what we're putting in our kids' body with food. And so we have to know that what we give them it's important. It matters. It matters. It matters for who they are going to be, like in their classrooms and just their overall well-being as kids. And so it's so critical to know that our environmental toxins really do matter, that the food that we're putting in our kids' body, you know, as much as like your Fruit Loops and all that kind of stuff, yeah, they might taste good for a little while. They wreak havoc on our body, on our kids' body. And so just knowing that like that kind of stuff are air fresheners, all that problematic, those fake fragrances. Just think about some things that maybe I've named tonight and just maybe think like, okay, I haven't done exactly the ditching and switching yet. And so this hopefully will help you to just, you know, look at a root problem and not just like continue to put band-aids over things. I'm like, let's fix it. And so we can like move, you know, make our kids better and have like our kids be healthy and well and like thriving as kids. So we're going to talk about the solution because I really truly believe that once we know the truth, that we can move forward in like healing our kids. Like if it's eczema, if it's allergies, whatever it might be, like we can help them from like the root. So I'm going to pass this over to Jordan, and she's going to talk about some things that are going to help you and empower you and not stay stuck.
Thanks, Haley. Hey, everybody. It's so good to see you. I am going to go ahead and share my screen with you so you can see the kit and all of the pretty things. So like Haley was saying, our babies need support. And we can even say that they need it the most, right? And especially when they're brand new. This is not something that I have done yet with my brand new babies, but I so see the value in oiling them up and help supporting their immune systems right off the bat and kind of giving them a great start. But the cool thing is, about these is we can use these with our kids, which we do. My husband and I, we reach for these oils several times a day. I have them in our kids' rooms, and then I have them like in my first aid kit that I carry with me everywhere because you just never know. So whether we're looking to diffuse or help a grumpy tummy, or if they have a runny nose or they need a little bit of respiratory support, they're good for all the things. But the cool thing is, and a little secret that we have is my husband and I, these are also our go-to oils too. So Young Living definitely formulated these with our kiddos in mind, but they really are so versatile, and we use them all the time in so many different ways. So the first oil in the kit that I'm going to share with you guys is called Owie. This is probably the one I use the most right now. So we are in a season of using this one almost every day because number one, I have an 8-year-old boy. So enough said about that. And number two, I have a toddler that is spending more time falling down and getting up than she does on her feet some days. So we use Owie on all of our boo-boos. It has balsam fir, tea tree, helichrysum, elemi, cistus, hinoki, and clove. Those are all the oils that make up Owie, the blend. And we know that oils like tea tree and clove really help support cleanliness. And so when we get a boo-boo, that's really important, especially if it's like a scrape or something. For our family, we've noticed that it really actually does help to fade the boo-boo very quickly. So that's been our experience. It's been really, really awesome. We have not experienced any scars or anything like that from scrapes so far, so praise the Lord for that. The next one I'm going to share with you is tummy jize. And tummy jize is just that blend that we can't really leave the house without. It is a staple for us, and that is because my oldest son Liam, he has had digestive and tummy issues for a very long time. When he was little, he was on antibiotic for ear infections almost every month for 2 years, and we feel like that could have played a part in his digestive tract. And so and he's also a very picky eater, so his tummy is just digestive wise, it's all over the place. So we have actually we got this oil pretty much right off the bat to use for him because I knew that we would want to try it for him. But we have forgotten this oil at home when we were out and about. And we were shopping one time. I remember a specific time we were shopping, and Liam just out of nowhere in the middle of Target doubles over in pain. And he is like, I can't walk. I feel terrible. I've got to go home. So I am like trying to carry him out to the car, and we get him home. And we are putting tummy jize like all over his belly, all over his back. And something we like to do now that he's older is we put a couple drops under his tongue, and that really does help him. He saw results very quickly doing that. And so now that he's older, and we've definitely tried it topically first. That is something that we really like to do that gets him results really quickly. So he really hasn't had another episode like that since doing supporting his digestion with enzymes and things like that, and using tummy jize as well, kind of more often. But it really did help him in a pinch. And so the oils that make up tummy jize are spearmint, peppermint, tangerine, anise, fennel, and ginger. So these oils have been so beneficial to us for calming down upset bellies. Even Winter gets the occasional upset belly, and it helps her so much, and just relax too. It's very relaxing, I feel like, for them. Okay, so those are my couple of oils. I'm going to go ahead and pass the mic back to Haley, and she's going to tell you about the next oil in the kit.
Okay, yes, I love that. I love that they're already like pre-diluted too, so it makes it super simple. So I have Sniffles. I want to tell you guys about that. Sniffles is amazing. I used this oil back whenever Harvest was she was like 2 months old, so she's 9 months old now, and she was actually probably younger than that. And so I'd never had like an oily baby before, so I used oils on my toddlers, but it was just kind of like, okay, what, just all the new things. And I felt very like the smell and everything wasn't overpowering. It helped her so much with a little like cold that she had, or a little like raspy congestion she had going on when she was like a month and a half. And this oil, like I said, it's not overpowering. It's already like pre-diluted. And so I wanted to name some of the oils that were in it. It has, let's see. Hold on just a second. I guess I lost my page. Okay, so it has eucalyptus blue, Palo Santo, lavender, Dorado azul, Rabinsara, myrtle, another eucalyptus, globulus, marjoram, pine, another eucalyptus, citradora, cypress, eucalyptus radiata, black spruce, and peppermint. So it has a lot of good respiratory oils in it. And so this was like maybe a couple days, a week of using this on her. You could make a little chest rub if you wanted to. But this is a really, really good one for like that congestion. I even use it a little bit and it smells so good. It's really like invigorating. It just like wakes you up. And so the next one that I have is actually Genius. I call it Genius, so I don't know if I'm hoping that I'm pronouncing it right, but this is one of our favorites for homeschooling. This oil smells like I would probably use this as a perfume. It smells so good. It has oils like sacred frankincense in it. It has let's see, blue cypress, cedarwood, Idaho blue spruce, Melissa, Northern Lights black spruce, vetiver, geranium, royal Hawaiian sandalwood, ylang ylang, hyssop, coriander, and rose. So there's rose in this, and like all my oily people will know, but if you don't know about rose, rose is like amazing. Anyways, this oil is a really, really good one. We put it in the diffuser for whenever we start doing school in the morning times, and we just put it on like right the back of our neck and just really getting like the brainstem and then right here around our temple. And this one is so good for focus. It's just really, really good for focus. Like the other day, I'll just share, Emma was not wanting to like start doing schoolwork. She was just not really focusing. She was wanting to play a lot. And this oil, I just put it like right behind her neck and just like let it set in for like 20 minutes. And then we headed off to our homeschooling group, and she was just like focused and ready to go. And so I was like, oh my goodness, this is so amazing. So I'm like, I'm definitely, anytime I have to do school, I'm carrying this around with me, even for myself too. So I'm going to pass this off to Stephanie, and she's going to share some more of the oils with you guys.
Hey guys, so sorry. The baby like unplugged the diffuser in here. So I'm so sorry.
No, sir.
Just a minute. So our baby is 9 months old now, and he's like getting into everything. Earlier today, he grabbed his brother's milkshake that I got him from the produce market, and he poured it onto the rug in the living room, and he also dipped the remote control in it. So we're out a remote control for our TV now. So I'm gonna get this plugged back in. And you're probably like, Stephanie, where were you when this was happening? I was in my office working on this class, so you're welcome. Just kidding. Okay, so I am going to talk to you about sleepy eyes. I love sleepy eyes for all of the reasons. This is the little guy. He's amazing. So he's not just great for sleep. He's also good for other things, and I'll tell you about those other things in a minute when I tell you what's in here. But where I like to put this on my kids, obviously in the diffuser, and if you don't have like Feather the Owl, that's okay. I hope you can see him. He's super cute. We're going to talk about him in a minute too. But we like to put this one, Sleepy Eyes, in the Feather or any diffuser that you have. I love the Young Living diffusers. But we also like to put it on like the back of the brainstem, like the back of your neck right here, and I kind of work it into my kids' the base of their skull and just kind of massage it in there at nighttime, especially the baby. Rub it into their feet really well, rub it into their legs really well. You can rub it obviously on their back where the spine is, just really relaxing. Rub it on their chest. Just like make a really good routine out of massaging oils, especially the kid scent oils, because they're already diluted, so you don't have to think about anything. You can even add them to like the relaxation, like massage oil or sleep, or sorry, not sleep. Kid Scents has a whole line. So they have lotion, shampoo, they have diaper rash cream, they have toothpaste. My kids love the toothpaste, but they have so many things in the Kid Scent collection, not just the oils. So we love to use like the kids scent lotion or lavender lotion, put a little bit of Sleepy Eyes in that, and then just give a nice little rub down at nighttime. It's a nice bonding time with the kids and especially those babies. But let me tell you a little bit about what is in Sleepy Eyes. So in Sleepy Eyes, you are seeing that it has lavender, geranium, Roman chamomile, looks like it says Dream Ease. What does that say? I think there's Dream Ease. Let me open this up. Okay, so lavender, geranium, Roman chamomile, tangerine, bergamot, sacred frankincense, valerian, and rue. So it's very similar to the rutavala roller that we love for adults, but this is like your little rutavala oil for your kids. And so I like to use this for boo-boos. So we were talking about owie, but because this has a lot of like those calming oils in it, it's also really good for like muscle aches. It will help coagulate the blood. We've used it for Band-Aids because my kids are allergic to Band-Aids, like the sticky part of Band-Aids. We've also used it for calming colic. My kids are notorious for having colic. No matter what we do, they are always going to have a little pinch of colic in the evenings. And so this, because it does have like the Roman chamomile in there, it's really calming for those muscle spasms that will happen in the tummy. So I like to rub it in the belly. I've used rutavala for that. I've used Tranquil for that. Any of those that have a lot of like those calming oils like lavender and the chamomiles are really, really great for calming muscle spasms. And so I'll like rub that right on the belly and then put like a hot, warm, not too hot, but a warm washcloth over, and then a dry towel over that, and just like love on the baby and whisper in the baby's ears, and use things like Sleepy Eyes for that. So just because it says Sleepy Eyes does not mean it's just for sleep. You can use it to calm all the things. So we love using Sleepy Eyes for that. So I'm going to move on. We have another oil I want to talk to you about. Kid Power. This is the brand new one. I do not have this one in my collection yet because it just released last week. So Kid Power is kind of like Valor for children. So Valor gives us all the courage as moms to do the hard things. I mean, I will bathe in the Valor every single morning, and normally sometime during the afternoon when I'm like, I think I'm gonna have a breakdown, Jesus, please help me. I had one of those days today, but then I just got more Valor after I got done praying, and it was amazing, and I felt so much better. And so Valor, Kid Power is the Valor for kids. It gives them the courage, like a courageous feeling to do a scary thing, like maybe go back to school, or maybe learn how to ride their bike, or maybe be kind to a stranger, maybe a new kid in class, maybe to try dance class for the first time, or whatever the thing is, like maybe to go hit a home run and they're back in baseball, or whatever the thing is they need courage for. Maybe they have stage fright. Kid Power is that for them. So it's a great collection of oils in Kid Power. I don't think I have, let me see if I have a description on that, like what is in that. We don't know what is in that yet. I'm sure it's amazing. I don't see information about that yet. I'm so sorry, guys. I was looking and I didn't find anything, but it's so good. I've heard reviews already on the people that tested it ahead of time, and I can't wait to get ours in. But that is Kid Power for you. And here's the deal. I know Jordan shared this. I love to use these oils for myself too. I keep a bottle of Genius in our bag, like in my mom bag of oils. I don't have it with me. It is in my purse, and I keep Genius, and I like rub it across my forehead, on my temples, and on the back of my neck all the time. I love Genius. It's actually what's going in the diffuser right now for me is Genius, because I've had 4 children, and they say that with each child, you actually lose some brain cells that never come back. And I'm like, with every child that I've had, I've gotten a little bit less intelligent. And so I need all the help I can get. So we have Genius going in here tonight. And these are also great too, like for inhaling, like just breathing them in. Our friend Bethany Shipley, her son Moses just launched a diffuser bracelet line. And I know Young Living has had diffuser bracelets for the kids before too. And you just drop a couple of drops of that oil in their diffuser watch or bracelet, and they can breathe it in, take it with them to school. They have like diffuser jewelry, all the things for keeping oils with you and on your kids when you're out, and they can be walking diffusers even when you're not there with them. So I love that for that. Okay, so our next thing that we're going to talk about is this cutie behind me. This is Feather the Owl, and there are on Etsy, you can go on Etsy and you can like find little shops that sell like the different like eye accessories. So if like you want your feather to have like eyelashes or eyebrows and all kinds of things like that, you can get little stickers, little decals to put on your feather. I have not done that yet because I just haven't remembered to do it, but I think it's so cute when I see them on like Instagram and people have like their lashes and things like that on their feather. But what I love about Feather is that it's easy enough for my kids to set up themselves. So my son Parker, he sets this diffuser up every single night. He's actually is the one that taught me how to use it. But there are 4 buttons on Feather, and there are 2 right here in his little talons. This one is like the on-off. I say that and he's not turning off. There he goes, he's turning off. So that one is to turn it on and off. And then this one changes the light setting, so you can use Feather as a night light. He stays on all night long even after he's done diffusing the mist out of him, but you can change like the light setting. And there's 10 different LED light settings. Now I read that it's more beneficial sleep-wise to use the red lights on there because something about the production of the thing. See, I told you I need to read this in. The thing. What is it called? Melatonin? Is that right? For some reason, I'm thinking that's not right. That's for your skin. What is the thing that you produce at nighttime? Y'all, I'm losing it. The thing that they put your sleep stuff, like your sleep thing. I don't know.
Serotonin.
Thank you. No, is it serotonin? No, Miss Jenny, not serotonin. The thing that your body produces that some people take every single night and you're not supposed to because your body will stop producing it. What is the thing called?
It is melatonin.
Melatonin? Is it melatonin? Okay, I was thinking that was skin for some reason. Y'all, I gotta breathe this in. Okay, so the red light is supposed to help your brain to produce more melatonin. The red light is the good one. So I have this one on the setting, the rainbow setting. So it is alternating through all 10 colors on this one. So you can do that one. Or you can click through. Normally, Parker keeps it on the white. They have purple and blue and pink. That's off. He normally keeps it on the white. Okay, and then they have, I think, 5 different noise settings, and each of the noises that it produces actually help you get into a deeper REM sleep. So when they put Feather the Owl together, they did a lot of research and worked with sleep study, I guess, scientists to figure out what noises produce the best sleep in people. And so this one is like, hold on, and there's a volume setting back here too. That's the loudest. Okay, so you've got a rainstorm. You've got like an Amazon jungle. This is the ocean. It's really soft. This is my favorite one, is the ocean. It's very quiet. I don't know. This is a brook. There's a brook going on. This is the one that my kids sleep to every night. It's music. And I don't know if you can hear this or not. But it's just like classical soothing music, and they love to sleep with this one. It's their favorite. Okay, so that is Feather the Owl. He is so cute. He's really easy too to take apart. You just lift this part up. Oh, look, now he's smoking. but it's just a simple, like 2 parts to it, and you fill it up like normal. I love it. It's been very durable. We haven't had any problems with it. We've had ours probably for almost a year, and the kids love him. He's so cute. All right, so I hope that answered all your questions. What I love about Young Living's diffusers is the fact that they spent a lot of time patenting their plastic technology. So we know that Young Living's oils are the purest of the pure. They can't get any more potent than Young Living oils. And because of that, they do their job really, really well. So when you're putting pure oils in your diffuser that is plastic, it should essentially break down the plastic, and then it will throw those plastic particles up into the air and you're breathing them in. Well, that's a problem, right? So what Young Living has done is they have made sure that their plastic will not break down. So they've used patented plastic technology. I believe they spent like 10 years creating that. And what I heard is that they worked with engineers from NASA to do that. I'm not sure if that was just a rumor I heard or if that's valid truth, but let's say, hey, they did do that, right? But they worked a long time to make sure that their plastics do not break down. They also have like a year warranty on all of their diffusers, so you can troubleshoot with them on any problem that you might have. You just call them up or get in live chat and text them, and they will give you support and troubleshoot whatever's wrong with your diffuser. A lot of times it's user error. The times I've called, they like help me, and I'm like, okay. I should have known that it wasn't plugged into the base all the way, or whatever the thing was. But when we have had any kind of real problem, they are always good to just send me a replacement diffuser. I don't have to worry about sending one back, but they just keep it super easy for me. Now, if you wanted to buy this Feather the Owl diffuser, they are $51.75, which is a steal of a deal for this cutie that helps induce really deep sleep in your children. I shared earlier on my stories, my little guy who fights nap time, he went right to sleep today with the owl going, with Feather going, and we had sleepy eyes in there for him, and he had a great nap. So if a stubborn 3.5-year-old can go right into like dreamland with this, I'm like, y'all, it's worth the $51.75. I love that diffuser. The Kid Power is $38, and Sleepy Eyes is $18. If you want to buy the whole entire Little Oilers collection, I believe we had a slide on the price for that. It's a starter kit, or you can buy, I believe, everything separately. Jordan, did we have a price for the collection itself? $135 is the price. So you can get all 5 oils plus the Kid Power. Yeah, and that one is a 15 ml. So it is not a little guy like this, it's a big one. So that would be the big size. Here's a size for reference if you're new to oils. So you're gonna get a big oil of Kid Power, not a little one. So this is a 15, this is a 5. So Kid Power is big, and you'll get that for free. And it is, and you get the diffuser too, it's $135. It's such a deal to like get that as a starter kit. And I think, yeah, the Little Oilers starter kit. If you want to just get the rollers themselves, now they did also just launch the rollers, and that is what Jordan has shared on the screen. The roller collection is $195, and it is essentially double the oil in a roller. So you're getting 2 5 ml oil bottles in that roller. So that's why it's a little bit more, but you're getting double the oils and you roll it right on. And I can't wait to get my hands on that collection for my kids, because I don't think I'm gonna need to carry any other oils with me other than, let's see, which one would I guess frankincense. I would probably still have frankincense with me, but I think on the go, that's all I'm gonna need is that right there. So I'm excited to get our hands on those. Okay, so now we are moving into, okay, I'm gonna let Jordan speak for just a little bit. All right.
Okay. Sorry guys, I can't like unmute myself while I'm screen sharing, so I'm like back and forth a little bit. Okay, I'm gonna share with you really quickly about Seed to Seal. So I love talking about Seed to Seal because it is a huge reason we are with Young Living. It is the reason that I know I can put these oils on my babies safely. Their standards are really above and beyond their farming standards. So they have super high standards even before the plants are even planted. Their soil is above par, and nothing harmful touches their soil. Their sourcing quality, so the planting of the plants is also to an outstanding and high standard. They have really safe and sustainable practices. They don't use any chemicals on their crops or soil. Instead, they use their own essential oils to support healthy growth of the plants, which is amazing. Their fields are even hand weeded, so they're weeded by hand. So nothing harsh, like a weed eater or anything like that, is messing with the plants. Everything is so gentle. Conscious harvesting. So the essential oils are tested in the field to ensure the purity and potency. They are harvested at their peak to maximize quality. So Young Living knows the exact time to pick the plant and to bring it in to the distillery and process it. The oils are distilled using steam extraction, cold pressing, or resin tapping. So they know exactly which plants and which resins and which essential oils need to be processed and how. They know when it comes to steam distillation and cold pressing, they know how long to do those things and what pressure and all of that stuff. So it's a lot of science stuff that goes into it, and they've really got it right. Then they test the purity of the oils, and their purity standards are also, again, very high. So we know that Young Living oils are never adulterated. So there's no heavy metals in there anywhere. They don't clean their distillers with bleach or harsh chemicals. They are tested in both internal labs and third-party facilities that are very trusted third-party facilities. Young Living bottles their oils using state-of-the-art equipment. So like I said, Seed to Seal, those standards are really why we know we can put these oils on our babies safely, and they're the only oils that I trust with my babies. So Stephanie was sharing with you about the starter kit. So the whole starter kit with the diffuser and the oils plus the Kid Power oil for the month of September is $135. Then the Kid Sense roller collection, for those of us who are already members especially, we can grab those, and those are $195, which is also an amazing value. And I'm going to touch on that again in just a second. Here's a little price breakdown for you. So to the left, you can see if you were to purchase everything at retail price individually. Because it's a starter kit, when you purchase the starter kit, you're going to get it at the 24% off member price. So if you're not a member yet and you went to purchase all of these things individually, it would come up to $291.89. So the starter kit price is $135. That is an amazing savings. I think right off the top of my head was $156 savings already, and then plus 24% off retail purchases for the future, which is so helpful. And then I know we're going to talk about Essential Rewards in just a little bit, but hopping on Essential Rewards and getting that 10% back for your first 3 months, that's really going to help too. And then the roller set is an amazing value too. We had mentioned before that those rollers are double the amount of oils, but they are not double the amount of dilution. So they are filled to the very brim, and Young Living's really making sure that we're getting our money's worth on those. That's an incredible value, and I cannot wait to get my hands on that roller set. Okay, I'm gonna pass it to Haley, and she's gonna go ahead and explain Essential Rewards to you guys and our wellness chat too.
You know what, Jordan, I think I'm going over that because Haley's doing our devotion.
Oh, okay.
So I'm going to take it off real quick. So Essential Rewards, Jordan has made this great graphic for us, which is so beautiful. It explains everything, so I don't have a moment where I'm like, what's the name? Okay, thank y'all for helping me with that. So what is Essential Rewards? I love Essential Rewards. So my friend Leanne, who helped me get started with Young Living almost 6 years ago, shared with me about Essential Rewards often, and I just kept saying, I don't need that, I don't need that, because I bought oils to replace candles in our home, and that's the only thing I really thought I was going to use them for. And so I just said, well, I'm not going to buy candles every month. Surely I'm not going to buy essential oils every month. I didn't realize you could use them for all the things until they started doing all the things in our lives. And then I was like, well, now I've got to restock on stuff every month. She's like, yes, that's what I've been telling you. And so there really is an oil for everything. And Young Living has done an awesome job at helping us to remove toxins out of our lives so we can be the best me and you that God has created us to be without having all the things to set us back. And so they have a product for everything for the most part. They have makeup, they have baby care, they have all the kids stuff. They have men's products, they have animal products, they have food, snacks. They have so much, all the supplements. The supplements, if you've never dove into the supplements are definitely Young Living's best kept secret. We love the supplements for sure. And so when we fell in love with all the things that we were already using and we found a way that we could replace them, and their things are super duper concentrated, so you don't need a lot. You need a teeny tiny bit. I didn't mention they have beauty care and they have cleaning. So along the same lines as the Thieves Cleaner that comes in our kit, they have dish soap, laundry soap, and all the things are toxin free, which we love because we're not having all the toxic burden on our body systems that produce all the troubles, you know? So what we did was we went ahead, I'm so sorry, we went ahead and joined, I know, we went ahead and joined Essential Rewards because it's their loyalty program. And so what it looks like is, Jordan has it outlined here on the screen. Every month that you order, one time a month on your Essential Rewards order, or fill up your subscription box, basically, you get a percentage back in points on your order. And so months 1 to 3, you get 10% back on that order. Months 4 to 24, you get 20% back on your order. And then months 25 into the future, you get 25% back on that order. And there is no cap on it. They're not like, hey, you can spend up to $500, you can spend up to $5,000. No, there is no cap on it at all. So that's really nice. So you get up to 25% back on that once a month order. So what we do is we try to put everything in that one order, but now what we've done too is my husband has an account and I have an account. So when we order, we do have to order twice a month now, but because we're using it for all of the things and we have 6 people in our family, we get reward points back on both of our orders, which is amazing. It's amazing. So we get a lot of our things in our budget for free, and I love it. I love that Young Living does that. And it's basically like cash back to use on future oils, super expensive oils that you probably wouldn't think to budget. And you're like, I really do need some hyalocrease in my life. I do need extra ginger red in my life, and I do want to try the supplement. So we love to stock up on our essentials with our Essential Rewards points. So it's a free program to get started. It's a free program to join, and you are free to get out of it at any time too. There's no penalty for leaving. Just make sure that you cash out on your points before you turn Essential Rewards off, which you're not going to want to turn it off because it's amazing. So that is that. And we also have a 3-month wellness plan that we want to help you get started with. So if you make a time with me, Haley, or Jordan, so you can get specialized help knowing what to order, because you're like, Stephanie, I don't really know what to order on my Essential Rewards. We will help you put together a plan for 3 months worth of Essential Rewards orders, so you know exactly what you need to target things in your life that you want to work on. So you tell us what you want to work on, and we help you come up with a wellness plan just for you, tailored just for you. And so after you go through that for 3 months with us, you hop on Essential Rewards, you do that for 3 months, then, and you tell us too, like what your price point needs to be for your budget. We don't want you to break your budget by any means. But after you get done with 3 months of that, we are going to send you a Whimsy and Wellness roller collection. And these are like darling roller collections. You can check them out online. It's called Whimsy and Wellness, and we will send you one of those collections. So that's just a little gift from us and allowing us to celebrate you investing into yourself. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and pass this on to Haley, and she is going to give us our devotion for the night.
Right. I love Essential Words. Okay, so what I wanted to share with you guys, I know we say it every class, but I just wanted to say it again, that every class we want to leave you guys feeling encouraged in your health, but also in your spirit, in your soul. So I wanted to share Proverbs. So our class tonight is Little Oilers, and I wanted to share Proverbs 22:6. And that scripture is, train up a child in the way that they should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it. And my husband and I think most parents really love this scripture. It's very like, okay, wow, Lord. I mean, that holds a lot of weight in my heart. But my husband has it like tattooed on his arm. So we really like that scripture and like the weight that it holds as a parent, because it really is. And even a grandparent, it doesn't matter if your kids are older, because you still carry that same like, prayer and just like intercession for them. And so I wanted to share is that like I think so many times, and even just like as I was thinking about this, like our kids' life, like if you can just like picture it as a garden, and like our life is like a garden, and like if we're really truly teaching our kids the spiritual side of things, like that also looks like us investing in ourselves and showing our kids how to invest in themselves. Like in the Bible, reading the word, and training them up into how to, really value themselves even as young kids, so that when they get out into the world, it's not something where they're like tossed back and forth and really not knowing what their identity is. And I think that's so true, not just for their spiritual side, because we are just like we're body, soul, and spirit, that our spirit, and like we're taking care of our spirit, and we're showing our kids how to take care of our soul and our spirit, but also our bodies too. Showing our kids, because I think as parents we can put ourselves like on this like, well, this is my wellness journey, but it's also our kids' wellness journey too. They're watching us and they're seeing us, I'm gonna get the cucumber over the milkshake, or whatever it might be. I really know, and I'm definitely not like perfect at it, but I see my kids and I see the choices that I make in my physical, whether it's like going on a walk, because that's good for our mental health, is going on walks, and choosing something that is going to be beneficial for my life, so that when I get older and my kids get older, they're not suffering with those things like diabetes. They're not suffering with those things with like obesity and all those things that from a young age, they're watching us. So true. It's so true as a spiritual side of it, but it's also so true for physical side of it too. So just us as parents really taking care of ourselves and training our kids in the way that they should go, because I really think that when they get old, I mean, it's the word of God, you know, they're not going to depart from it. They're going to know which way to go, and they're going to stand firm whenever they get into the world. They're not going to choose the Twinkie over the cucumber, you know, whatever. They're going to choose the word over, you know, watching some crazy show on Netflix or whatever it might be, because of that, you know, that good stuff that we're pouring into them. So just encouragement. And if your kids are older, it's your turn to do as a grandparent. And so that's my devotion today, and I hope that encourages you guys. But I know for me, just those little choices, they really do add up. And so thank you guys, and I hope you guys are feeling encouraged, and I hope you guys have a great week. And I'm going to pass this over to Stephanie, if you wanted to say anything else.
Yeah, so we just want to say thank you so much for joining us tonight. Thank you for the patience as I'm momming over here. But we appreciate you being on tonight. And next week, we're going to come to you so we have pared down our classes since we are recording them, and they are shared into Little Drops on a live feed. But we are also recording them and making them accessible on YouTube. So with that, we have decided that since it's fall and fall gets very busy, we are paring down to one time a week for this class. So we're just going to have class at 8:30 on Tuesdays, but you have access to the recording, and we can get you access to it if you are outside of our Little Drops team. And then next week, we are going to come to you live again at 8:30 Eastern, and we are going to be talking about first aid. So oils you need to have on hand for those emergency times. And yes, I know all about those. So we're going to be sharing about oils you need to go ahead and have on hand for first aid. They're going to help you more than anything else. And we want to share with you what we know, and then so you can be prepared, because when you are prepared for an emergency, you succeed and you are going to be like the victor in it. You're like, I am so glad I had that oil on hand. And you're going to tell your friends, like, I am so glad I had that oil on hand. Or when you see someone's finger get smashed in the door, right, Miss Jenny? At church, we had a little girl, her finger was slammed. No, it wasn't slammed, and it was pinched in a door handle on Sunday. And so Miss Jenny pulls out her lavender, and I pull out my Copaiba, and the little girl was better. You know, like within a few moments, like she stopped doing her alligator tears. But we were prepared to help that little girl. You never know where you're going to be when someone needs something. And so if you have just like even a mini little version of a first aid kit on you, it's going to help you for all the things. You're going to know, like, I need to keep a little dram of this on me at all times, because you just never know. And we're going to talk about those things. So come back next Tuesday right here. However you accessed us tonight, save that in the notes section of your phone and jump on again next Tuesday at 8:30. Can't wait to see you. Hope you guys have a great night. I'm going to go ahead and stop our recording and our live into Little Drops. But if anyone wants to stick around to ask us any questions, we will be on here as well. Thank you guys for joining us tonight.